Today we're going to be navigating the Navajo Small Business Relief grant application at nasbr24.com. When you are in the portal, when you are on the web page, click on Applications and pay attention to the right side of the right column on the screen. Two important things to note is that this grant is only open to first-time applicants. So if you applied for or received funding in the initial grant program, so if you received funding in the first round of funding, you are not eligible to apply for a second time. Another important note is that applications are only accepted through August 31st, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Navajo Nation time, or until all of the funding that is available has been granted and is exhausted. Eligibility for Navajo Small Business Relief Grant. It's important to read through these details. Financial hardship. Your business must have faced financial challenges due to COVID-19 public health emergency. Your business should be organized for profit. This is not open to nonprofit applicants, and should be at least 51% owned by a member enrolled in the Navajo Nation. Your business must have been in operation before April 10th, 2022. The annual revenues of your business should be less than $3 million, and your business must have 500 employees or less. Each individual employee, including the owners, are considered one employee for this count. Your business should be registered, certified, or in the process of being certified or recertified under the Navajo Business Regulatory Department or Navajo Business Registration. No previous, and we will walk through step number 6. No previous reimbursement. Your business should not have received reimbursement from any other federal programs, CARES Act disaster relief programs like the Paycheck Protection Program or any other Navajo assistance program. However, there will be a place in the budget line items to show if you have received previous reimbursement. It just cannot exceed a certain amount. So if you have received the paycheck, if you did receive a PPP loan, the Paycheck Protection Program loan, or other relief programs, aside from the Navajo Small Business Grant Program in the past, you are still eligible to apply. You will just have to indicate how much you received from each of those programs in your application to determine if you are eligible to receive any additional funding. If you owe any delinquent debts to the Navajo Nation for taxes, non-rental related debts, rental related debts, or other related loan obligations, you need to contact your respective office to determine eligibility. Some of the required documents that you'll want to make sure to get together are a proof of a submitted application for registration to be included on the Navajo Nation Business Registration list as published by the Navajo Nation Business Regulatory Department, if not previously registered, or submit a certificate of good standing under the corporation code as applicable. You will want to include your 2024 business grant expenditure revenue worksheet, a completed and signed IRS Form W-9, your photo ID, as well as your CIB for the Navajo Nation. If you are requesting funds in excess of $10,000, so $10,000 or more, you need to include your certificate of incorporation or articles of incorporation or other business formation documents with your official business address. You'll have to include your 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, or 2023 business tax returns with all pages, no redactions. And you are only required to submit the past 2 business tax returns based on the year that you are applying. So if you are applying for relief from 2023, the grant to be applicable to 2023, you would need to submit 2021 and 2022 tax returns, so on and so forth. So you do not need to be prepared to submit all 4 years of tax returns, just the 2 prior tax returns from the year that you are claiming in the grant application. A disclosure of all full-time and part-time employees as of March 1st, 2020. That includes your payroll register for the closest period to this date, which you can pull from QuickBooks, Gusto, or any other payroll service that you use. In addition, if you are requesting $50,000 or more, you must also have current SAM.gov registration and include a copy of your UEI or unique entity identification. So let's get started on the application. You want to click New Intake. And again, if you received grant awards, if you received a previous Navajo Small Business Relief Grant from the Navajo Nation, you are not eligible to apply for this funding. You want to include all of this information, especially those that are have an asterisk and are highlighted in red. When you click Save on this page, it is going to indicate that your application has been saved, and it will give you an application number. In this case, the example business has an application ID of 456. It is important that you remember this number because you will be asked for this number every time that you log in to continue working on your application. On this page, it is going to ask you a series of questions. Did your business experience financial hardship due to the COVID-19 public health emergency between March 2020 and April 10th, 2023? In this box, you'll provide a short description of the hardship that you faced. Did you receive funding from the previous Navajo Business Economic Relief Grant Program? In order to be eligible, you would need to have not received funding. If you click yes, you will be ineligible. So only those who have not received funding should be pursuing this grant and should also click no. Here is where you can indicate if you've been reimbursed by other federal programs, SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. For instance, if you received funds from them, if you received funds from the SBA Paycheck Protection Program, you can indicate that amount. In any single period, was your annual revenue less than $3 million? So if today, on July 8th, 2024, your annual revenue is $3 million or above, That does not make you ineligible. It means that for a single 12-month period prior to, so before April 10th, 2023, if your business annual revenue was less than $3 million, you are still eligible. Is your business a for-profit business? Is your business at least 51% owned by an enrolled member of the Navajo Nation? Was your business in operation prior to January 1st, 2020? Is your business independently owned and operated? Yes. What are the total number of employees? This means that you are not operating under a parent company. And that your business is not owned by another corporation. What are the total number of employees through April 10th, 2023? And remember, it needs to be under 500. List your current number of employees. Remember, again, needs to be under 500. Are you an enrolled member of the Navajo Nation? Are you 18 years or older? And in this, we can copy and paste navajoeconomy.org to obtain a business certification number. On the screen, you'll see how to register for certification. You'll need to download the application, complete the application, and when you complete the application, you will submit a copy of your completed application with your application here. So you do not need to include your business registration number or certification number. You will submit your completed application for your, you will submit a completed copy of the MBOA priority certification with your application. Make sure it's the right one. Okay. And then on these questions, you'll go through, these are just examples, and you'll need to go through and indicate which of these are correct for you as the owner of the company. If you're requesting $50,000 or more, you will click yes and include your UEI number that's provided on sam.gov. Again, you'll be prompted to remember your application number, in this case 456. On this page, you will be indicating expenditures related to your request. So in this case, we'll say we're comparing profits and losses from 2023 to 2022. So you'll go through and indicate all of these numbers. You should easily be able to pull these numbers from your QuickBooks or other accounting software or from your accountant. And you'll simply go through your profit and loss or P&L statement from 2022 and 2023 and indicate and fill in these different boxes here. And as you complete these boxes, for example, you will, and you'll need to remember to pull in the amount that you had indicated from, this is just an estimate, from prior reimbursements from the very first page. You'll need to pull these numbers in and it will automatically estimate how much you are eligible to receive. So remember to be very thorough in answering all of these questions on how much it costs your business in supplies and materials, how much your expenses were for each of these respective years. Let's just say in this case, we had no other costs but overhead, and our overhead employee expenses and wages were $90,000 and $70,000 because we want to see. In this case, we would be eligible to receive a $60,000 grant. However, if you'll remember previously, we need to, in order to receive a $60,000 grant, need to be registered on sam.gov and receive a UEI, a unique entity ID. And you can visit sam.gov to register. In this area is where you're going to be dragging and dropping your files. The attachments that were indicated in the very beginning will be, this is where you attach them. So here you're going to have to agree to certain things, consent to share information. You'll certify that all the information that you're providing is truthful and accurate because these are federal funds that are, the source of these funds are federal funds and are subject to Navajo Nation and federal laws. You will also certify your eligibility and authorization to submit the application for your business. Certify that you are not, quote, double dipping, that you have not previously been reimbursed by other federal programs that you have not indicated in your application. You will have to, you're required to submit reporting within 90 days after the end of the grant period or on December 31st, 2024. And this will include a use of funds. In your grant award letter, they will indicate what you can use the funds for. You must also indicate that you are submitting an IRS form W-9. And then all of your attachments, you click here and it will bring up your file on your computer so that you can attach any files necessary. You need to type your name into this box and then hit submit. You can also log out of your application you can come back and you can resume application. You remember our previous application ID was 456 and last name was Doe. And it will bring you back to your application. So feel free to stop and go as needed.